Quick. Gideon, is that a Funko Pop of yourself?
It's a Funko Pop of one of my close friends, actually.
Oh.
So I am going to send them this video, and they are going to scream at me, and they are going to say, "Why would you do that? Why would you show more people that?" And I will laugh at them because they can't stop me. Because in this world, I'm God. Because Eugen's not around.
It makes me feel better. No one may watch this, so no one may ever see it.
There we go.
That makes it even scarier. That
It's out in the world.
for all they know, like, someday Dylan Prue might just decide to release it, and they will have no input on it.
Dylan Prue just dropped a fire track 20 years after his death, and it's called Game Night Fight Night Part 2.
God.
Piano versus Rocket versus Ocean versus Iron.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, that.
Welcome back to Part 2, everyone. There are only 4 men left. 3 men in the actual debate, but 4 men left. So last time, Little Lion Man and Mr. Blue Sky did not make it out of the gate. Mr. Brightside and Nowhere Man got unanimously stomped, and I had to break the tie and say that the Soul Man would lose to the Ocean Man, and Bruno Mars almost did something. However, we are down to our final 4, Piano Man and Rocket...
Hey, hold on. Bruno has some great music. And Silk Sonic. Don't forget Silk Sonic.
True, Silk Sonic. He'll leave the door open.
Anderson Paak as a team up.
He's gonna leave the door open. He's gonna leave the door open.
Oh shit.
So Piano Man and Rocket Man, both represented by Jack. Ocean Man represented by Gideon. Iron Man represented by Dan. If both of Jack's picks make it to the final, Jack will pick whichever one he doesn't want and give it to Eric. So with that, we are starting off with the Piano Man taking on the Ocean Man. So Jack and Gideon, please be the only ones on screen for me. So, Jack, once again, you are on the left side. So you get to go first. You have 1 minute to explain why the Piano Man would be... Oh, Piano Man from Billy Joel's Piano Man, taking on Ocean Man from Ween's Ocean Man. And Jack, begin, starting now.
So the Ocean Man may be able to run and last a while in the ocean, but the fact is he cannot hide from the Piano Man. We know from Piano Man canon that anyone who is listening to the Piano Man's playing will quote-unquote feel all right. They are being drawn in. If you listen to Joel's music, you will be hypnotized. Fact of the day, sound travels faster than water. So it would just be a question of him playing his piano all over the ocean, and he able to find him eventually and draw him back in, which would mean a wide range. And one of the main characters in Piano Man, Davey, who works in the Navy and probably will be for life. He can just sail with Davey and go around the ocean and lure out Ocean Man wherever he's hiding, and then use his Piano Man powers to unveil his life story, cause him to start crying, and then use his piano sounding like a carnival, using a series of godly powers and optical illusions to just kick the Ocean Man's ass right then and there. The Piano Man can sound like anything. He can and control the Ocean Man however he pleases.
Thank you, Jack. Gideon, you have 1 minute to explain why the Ocean Man would beat the Piano Man, and you can start now.
I think it's interesting that you think the Piano Man could just go across all of the ocean with Davey, who's in the Navy and probably will be for life. I mean, it's very clearly established, the Ocean Man very clearly established, that a voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. I don't know if the Piano Man could make that. I mean, let's be clear, it is a real trip, but never mind that. The Ocean Man is perhaps the first human being ever. I mean, he's the sequence of a life form raised in the sand. Do you really think he's capable of the same level of thought as a regular human being whose brainwaves would be on the same pattern as the Piano Man, as the ones the Piano Man controls? I mean, his brain is so primordial, so gooey, it only follows prehistoric commands. It's on an entirely alien plane. I mean, when we discuss Ocean Man, we're not really discussing man. We're kind of discussing a god.
Time.
Perhaps the first sentient creature.
Thank you, Gideon. Excellent work by both of you, I must say. But now you have 30 seconds to speak at the exact same time about why you would win in a fight. Starting now.
Even the
Ocean
gods
Man would
cannot respect
swamp
the
you.
arts. He will just hear the music
okay,
and that's
first
it.
off,
He's
for the
gonna
record,
like music
he
because
quenches the
if he's
thirst of
any
all
form
the
of
people.
man,
What
he's
are the
going
people in
to
the bar
want
drinking?
music.
All right?
Once he hears
What
it,
are they
he's
drinking?
being drawn in.
He
It's fucking
quenches their
beer.
thirst. He's the person who's responsible for
But at
all
the
of
same
the drinking
time,
there, all right?
he can't hide.
Let's
He
be
has to travel
clear.
across the ocean. He's not
can
everywhere
hide.
at once. He must be
sits at the
somewhere.
bottom.
He must be somewhere,
He sits
and
at the
Joel
bottom
can
and
just
he
play.
ignores your clear command.
And the
he
music
lays
can
there and he waits for you to die.
Time. Wow, this is closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be one-sided going into it. Eric can come back as well, my buddy.
I don't know.
Shut up.
Oh, nice.
All right, so one final sentence from both of you. We will start with Jack.
The Piano Man's ability to draw in any men by playing his music and subsequently control them and know their secrets would mean that as soon as the Ocean Man must be somewhere in the ocean, hears Joel's music, he will lose. And with the assistance of Davy in the Navy, he'd be able to travel anywhere in the ocean to find the Ocean Man, meaning inevitably he would hear Joel's music, be drawn in, and lose the fight.
The Ocean Man has more important things going on in his life than music, for he is the first man. His brain doesn't even register it. He would walk the bottom of the ocean, not even registering your presence, until the Piano Man dies of old age, and Davy's ship sinks in a storm. Because, as you clarified, it is a real trip. And if we're doing it forever, if we're doing it forever, statistically speaking, eventually the ship is going to sink in the ocean. So there's my argument.
With that, one finger up for the Piano Man, two fingers up for the Ocean Man. On three from Dan and Eric. 1, 2, 3. One finger on both? Wow, I had that going to the Ocean Man.
It's so close. It's
What a
Here,
good game.
okay, here's the issue. I realized this after losing to Ocean Man myself, is that Gideon's argument is central on the Ocean Man not fighting. This is a question of who will win in a fight.
That is
And
valid.
I think Jack's argument is more conducive to who's winning in a fight rather than who will survive longer in, say, like a prolonged conflict.
Yeah. If it was a running competition, Ocean Man easily.
Yeah, if it was a competition of who lives the longest,
Yeah.
sure, no question.
Yeah.
But this is a fight, meaning that there is direct conflict, meaning the Ocean Man will at some point be within range to at least try and attempt something.
I second what Eric says. Really, he covers it well. Again, both fantastic arguments, though. Again, it's even closer than I thought it was gonna be. But
I'll
Yeah.
be honest, I thought I lost. So,
No, I thinking, this could really go either way. It was a good fight, Jack.
It was a very excellent fight. I had it going to Gideon because I think in my mind I thought the Ocean Man has home turf advantage if the Piano Man uses the Navy. However, I don't think that was brought up too much in an argument as more of this is a really good game of hide and seek. And I think there were counter arguments that could have been made that I sort of implied in my head with the Ocean Man, like how well can sound project underwater, as well as.
I thought that too.
Yeah, but that was not brought up. So now that I think about it, you were correct in I think voting for Piano Man in that regard.
Underwater. They'll
I
travel
spent too much
faster.
time.
It travels, but how well can it be heard?
Oh,
Like how well can a piano be heard underwater?
okay.
So I think if Gideon brought that up, it would have gone to Ocean Man. However, yes, Piano Man, I think, with the arguments that were presented, would win.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
All right, so with that, Jack, you have half of your remaining contestants in the final. And we'll see if you can go 2 for 2, as it is the Rocket Man taking on the Iron Man. So, Jack and Dan, I'm going to go. Yep. All right.
Hello.
I realize Jack has been on the left side of all of these matchups. So, I mean, if you would like to go first again, I will allow you, but if not,
I cede to Dan to go first. Dan can go first.
all right, Dan, Dan will be going.
2 seconds just to pull something up.
Sure.
Okay. I think I'm good.
All right. You have 1 minute to explain why the Iron Man from Black Sabbath's song Iron Man would beat the Rocket Man from Elton John's song Rocket Man, starting now.
Now, kind of continuing on with the argument that I had earlier, involving Iron Man, I brought up multiple things. How he's, cold-blooded, maybe not blooded at all. At least a cyborg, if not fully robot. Vengeance from the grave. Come from the dead. Cold-blooded killer, ready to fight. Ready to, take down whoever is getting in the way. There isn't a lot of emotional baggage there. It's like, it seems pretty straightforward. Kill because I need to. Kill because I have to. No choice, I'm back and I'm ready to fight. Where it seems like with the Rocket Man, there's a lot of emotional baggage there, in the lyrics of the song, he talks about he's flying away, Mars isn't the place to raise your kids. There seems to be familial troubles, with his family. He's gone a lot, There's a lot of, it seems like he's running away a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of hurt. The drugs he might be on, like you had mentioned earlier, Jack, might be because of that. So he's already kind of in a state of unsteadiness, uneasiness, and I feel like
Time.
Can I finish?
You can finish by all means.
I feel that the cold metal heart and emotions of the Iron Man can crush the emotion-filled Rocket Man, if I do say so. That is all.
Thank you, Dan. Jack, it is your turn to fight on behalf of the Rocket Man, starting now.
So you've done an excellent job showing that the Iron Man is ready to fight. That doesn't really show that he's ready to understand. We kind of see automatically with being high off his ass in space, having to balance familial ties and emotional troubles with solitude, that the Rocket Man is a very even if he's not scientifically intelligent, he is still a very interpersonally and emotionally intelligent man. I believe that using his own instincts, using what he learned from being high as a kite in space, and his ability to understand those around him, which has been trained by the fact that he's had to hold that back for so long, he would be able to simply outthink or out-understand the Iron Man. He would be able to think in ways that the Iron Man could not, considering what he would have learned while tripping out and learning the secrets of the universe while getting high on the fucking moon. I think that anything he would have learned in space, and he would give him strength, would allow him to outmaneuver Iron Man.
Excellent, excellent. So now you will both have 30 seconds to argue at the exact same time, starting now.
Iron Man's just a salty bitch. You understand me? This guy fucking misses his wife more than anything. He has the power of his wife. He's something to actually fight for. Iron Man is just salty. Iron Man's just gonna be all like, and Rocket Man's just gonna be like, oh well, I have my drugs, so just like,
you have like a metal body.
he'll just go around it. He'll fucking figure it out. Iron Man cannot think. He's a dead robot. Okay?
Time. Excellent work by both of you. Gideon and Eric, you guys can return. So I will let you all both do one final sentence. I'm a little lost, so I would like you guys to make these sentences very good. And we're going to start with Dan.
While I can appreciate the family work and kids juggle that Rocket Man has to deal with, he's probably, I hope he's working on being a better dad and everything. I think when it comes to the actual one-on-one, fist-to-fist fight, I feel like, a man made of steel, brought back from the dead with a vengeance, cold-hearted, ready to come, go at it. I feel like in a fight, an Iron Man would do much more with that.
Jack.
On his own, Rocket Man has shown to be extraordinarily interpersonally, emotionally, and I would probably argue also bodily intelligent. He can control himself, and he can understand those around him. which makes me believe that when faced with someone whose only thoughts are death, 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 that he would be able to dodge attacks, moving out of the way, and use his LSD wisdom to find a way to counteract the Iron Man, whereas the Iron Man would be going full throttle the entire time.
Thank you both. So, Gideon, Eric, 1 finger for the Rocket Man, 2 fingers for the Iron Man. We're using the screen as reference. So 1 for the Rocket Man, 2 for the Iron Man. On 3, 1, 2, 3. The Iron Man takes it. I would like you guys, if you guys want to explain your votes while I make the final slide, you are more than welcome.
It's the same thing as what happened with Mr. Brightside. I mean, he's a giant robot. I mean, listen, if I got attacked by a drug addict, I would probably die. If a drug addict attacked a giant robot, he would get stepped on. It just isn't fair. Oh, and it's Piano Man versus Iron Man. Ooh, boy, that's a rough matchup.
I need to pull.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Thank you both.
Fair enough. Okay, duly noted. I miss my wife does not beat laser eyes. Remember that.
Not.
Jack,
I don't make the rules.
You have to. Okay, here's the thing. You also had to explicitly tell that he's getting the anime power up for missing his wife.
Yeah.
Or if you brought up the fact that he somehow has a job for 8 days a week. So shows he's above our world. For being able to work 8 days a week.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
And he's used to floating in a tin can. Oh, maybe I voted wrong.
Wait, no, I think Floating in a Tin Can is a David Bowie song.
What's that?
Am I
Part of-
floating in a tin? I forgot the Starman!
Of the moon. It's,
Oh my gosh, I forgot Starman!
Haha.
yeah.
He would have
Star-
won because he's also kind
I
of
think you can't fight a star.
Well, you also can't fight the sky. Tune into the bonus episode.
Good then.
Tune into the bonus episode where it's Starman versus Mr. Blue Sky. That would be a fun match. If this video gets 2 likes, we will do a sequel, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Let's reach that like goal of 2. What was that, Dan?
Jack, just to make it a fair fight, because I want it to be a fair fight. I'm currently using the lyrics to Piano Man right now, just for counter argument's sake. So if you would like to use lyrics for Iron Man, for argument's sake.
I pulled them up earlier.
I
Yep.
just want to make sure. Fair fight.
Alright, and I will also give you guys 90 seconds each because it's the final.
Gotcha.
Wait.
And I will also roll a d6 to decide who goes first as well. Good.
After this call, I'm listening through the Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust because I forgot how much I love that album. Oh my
Me
God.
too.
remarkable album.
That's up there in my top 5. Same with Billy Joel's The Stranger. That whole album is up there for me.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I think that's
I love being in a call with a bunch of musically inclined people when I'm tone deaf.
You're fine. That's okay.
But I don't know.
Pretty cool stuff.
I picked you
Oh,
for.
yes, Eric, don't you play clarinet?
I'm partially tone deaf.
Okay.
I mean, hey, you'd convince me otherwise.
I was gonna say, it's like I saw that recital, and that recital was freaking.
Oh, yeah, I was there too.
I'm the one who has to tune first. Because I'm the one with the actual tuner in front of me.
Oh my God.
Hey,
It's all right, man.
Honestly, I picked you for because I felt like you'd all be really good at either debating or doing something well with music.
Hey, it's me. Because I'm bad
Hey.
at debating, but I'm good with music. This is Station to Station by David Bowie. I wish I had Ziggy Stardust. I want to get Hunky Dory as well. That's another album. That's the one with
I'm curious, which criteria did I fit, Dylan?
Being Eric.
Yeah.
You're my buddy Eric.
You're a decent.
Sex
You're a
appeal,
good,
got it.
you're a good debater, Eric.
Honestly, Eric, you got a combined total of 2 votes. It's just.
For Soul Man. Soul Man, you convinced me. I was on your side for Soul Man.
True.
Yeah, no. No, you're very good at the the impromptu arguments, the bullshit reasoning. That's a skill, man. You're fucking good at
I know.
it.
No. I'm not saying I'm bad at it. I'm slow at it. Is the thing.
That's
Which isn't
fair.
good in
I'm
it
not- I'm
when
not
you
good
have
at it.
when you have this little time for it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not great at the quick, fast debates, which is why I'm, I really need to have those verdicts here and, you know, kind of solidify arguments, you know, rather than come up with a million on the fly.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You know,
So
I'm expressing my weaknesses to Jack now, so he can destroy me with Piano Man.
Wow.
Jack, Dan, are you guys both good to go?
I'm good to go.
All right.
Good
With
as
that,
gold.
Eric, I would like to request you turn your camera off.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d6. Odds are Dan, evens are Jack, and whoever it rolls on will get to decide if they go first or second. It was an odd, so Dan, would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
Good. You have 90 seconds to explain to me, Jack, why the Piano Man would beat the Iron Man in a fight. Starting now.
We have established that once you hear the Piano Man's music, you are going to be feeling all right. Once you are drawn in, you will not be able to escape. He will draw out your life story, he will draw out your secrets, he will see your emotions and be able to take you down by controlling your thoughts. And you may be thinking, oh, Iron Man's a giant robot. He's not a problem. He's a fucking robot. No. The lyrics to Iron Man very clearly state that the Iron Man was sitting in the ground pissed off for however many years, planning his vengeance. Nobody saw him. Nobody cared about him. He was left alone. In order to say, I'm alone, therefore I'm pissed off, there must be an I'm alone, and alone is a bad feeling. It's a feeling. It's a feeling he was harboring for however many years. If Joel starts playing, he will be able to draw out, understand Iron Man's entire lengthy, sad story that is full of weaknesses and rejection. Quite frankly, I think that Iron Man will burst out crying as soon as he hears Joel's music. As soon as he hears it and is drawn to tell his secrets to the Piano Man himself, Joel will have absolutely no trouble manipulating his emotions to get him in a state of not being able to fight before using his carnival-style piano powers to destroy his body. We know he has divine powers.
Time.
His microphone. It's over once he hears the music.
Wow. Dan, it is now your turn.
Sure.
You have 90 seconds to explain why the Iron Man would beat the Piano Man in a fight. Starting now.
Now, Jack, I think you have a very good argument there. You know, the past emotions of the Iron Man, you know, being turned against him due to the Piano Man's power. But one line in particular from Iron Man that kind of catches my eye is, he was turned to steel. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but what I can imply there, or what I can infer there, is that the man that held that, you know, that anger, that frustration, that was a man of the past. Iron Man was that man taken and created into something new, something without those emotions. All those emotions being stripped out. That's the skin that he had now being steel. He is no longer the man that he once was, put in the ground. Now that man is literally dead and brought back to life due to, you know, coming the Iron Man. I think he is a shell of what he was, with all of that anger and frustration being put to the side. On another note, when looking at Piano Man's lyrics, he says something, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. The uncertainty there, the uncertainty of, you know, this, you know, I'm not sure how it goes. Maybe Piano Man isn't as all-knowing as he thinks he might is. You know, he thinks he's a god, you know, hypnotist, carnival leader, you know, magic man himself. But maybe there's a bit of uncertainty there. There's a bit of gray area, where with the Iron Man, there really isn't that gray area. The only gray might be the metal that he's made of, rather than the thoughts in his head.
Time.
If you can see what I mean there.
All right. Great work, Dan. You both now have 30 seconds to speak at the exact same time. Starting now.
If you're alive, you have emotions. You can't come back from the dead and also still be dead. Also, if you want to talk about shells of men, Davey is still in the Navy. Do you have any idea how fucking depressed John at the bar, who's a friend of mine who probably is? He sees men who have quote-unquote put up steel all around him all the time. If the Iron Man is living and functioning, he's holding on to those memories. The only thing that is turned to steel is his soul, because a human body turning to steel underground doesn't make any fucking
Time.
Be there.
May I just say, I think this is the start of a very excellent series on this channel.
Having so much fun.
Okay, so one last time, your final sentences, starting with Jack.
The Iron Man, by merit of being alive, has feelings, which his turning to steel has only repressed, not destroyed. Even though he is vengeful, Billy Joel, with the manipulative Piano Man powers, would be able to lure out his life story and all the unpleasant emotions that he's had, like everyone else, and cause him to break down. Because even though he is mechanical, if he is alive, he must still be a man. And if he's carrying out vengeance, he must have the emotions that caused that vengeance.
That was a very comedically long sentence with a lot of commas. Dan.
No one tell the writing center.
Run on, that's the word, run on sentence.
This is hard.
Sending this right to the CWAA. Timestamp included.
No.
Dan?
The regular crowd that shuffles in at 9 o'clock on a Saturday is a crowd of broken individuals who, while are depressed, are sad, are frustrated, are people who still have a chance to make things better. Where Iron Man has already died and has already come back to life as something completely different. There's no going back for him. He's already changed. The human side of him has already been stripped away. The emotions that led him to, where he is now are gone. So Iron Man is only the metal machine that cannot be swayed in the ways of the Piano Man, as there is no hope left for him. Only murder.
Thank you, Dan. So with that, Eric, Gideon, you guys right here may be deciding the winner of this tournament. 1 finger for the Piano Man, 2 fingers for the Iron Man. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Your winner of the Best Man in Song tournament, the Piano Man, represented by Jack.
It was a good fight.
Vengeance is indeed a manipulated and easy.
Awesome fight.
I also would have voted for Piano Man for reference, solely because vengeance is a feeling that can be manipulated. So I think,
like
off that argument alone.
anyone is able to love, is what I think.
Love is
and I think that perhaps more importantly, the Iron Man, his victories have always been predicated on the fact that he's physically powerful. But that's not, what am I saying? That's not how the Piano Man wins. He wins based off of emotion. He wins in the head. And I think that's how you beat the Iron Man. That's Iron Man's weakness.
I think. Oh yeah, I think this matchup is very either or. I think with the correct circumstances, just a flip of the dice. I think Iron Man just wins before Piano Man gets a chance.
Does Piano
But
Man
if
have to
Piano
find
Man
his
gets a
piano?
chance- but if Piano Man gets a chance, if he can, get a few of those keys rolling on the piano, then there's another chance that he secures victory, and I think that is more of a chance that I think that's a risk with that works more often than not.
Yeah, that's very fair. There's a reason Piano Man was 1 seed. He's a powerful foe.
The first picked, the last one standing.
That's impressive, yeah.
That is pretty.
You got there.
So Jack, what should the winner... So Jack, as the first winner, how should the video be sent off? I'll let you decide.
The video should be sent off by noting that when push comes to shove, we as people are going to have emotions. And music is truly a universal language. It's going to be able to speak to all of us. It's going to tell us things about ourselves that we like, things about ourselves that we don't like, things about ourselves that we might not have known before. But when we compare these messages and we think abstractly about what these songs mean in different contexts, different people, I think it's very important to remember that Piano Man is the best. I won. You guys lost. Ha!